6 in the morning. The water timer on my tap finishes the early watering and shuts the valve. And somewhere under the kitchen floor, the house answers, clunk, like someone thumped a pipe with a fist. You have heard it too. The washing machine does it. The dishwasher does it. Here's the question. What is that noise, and is it hurting your plumbing? Today, the clunk in slow motion, and how to make it stop. First, the name. Plumbers call that noise water hammer, and it is one of the oldest complaints in the trade. You have met it in more rooms than you think. The washing machine fills, then snaps its valve shut, clunk. The dishwasher does the same halfway through a cycle. A lever tap flicked off in a hurry, and now a garden timer, closing the morning watering. Same noise, same physics, different doors. Here is what it is not. It is not the house settling. It is not a ghost in the airing cupboard. And it is not on its own a loose pipe, though a loose pipe will happily turn the volume up. The sound is a pressure event inside the water itself. Something in the pipe stopped very suddenly, and the noise is the bill for that, which sounds strange because water just seems to sit there. To understand the bang, you have to stop thinking of water as something soft. You have to weigh it first. Pick up a full watering can. 10 liters, 10 kilograms. Your arm already knows what the rest of this episode is about. Water is heavy. A liter weighs a kilogram every time. Now look at the hose pipe. Running full, a garden hose pipe can pass about 1,000 liters in an hour. That is a ton of water on the march. Through a pipe you can wrap your hand around, and inside the pipework, that water is not a puddle. It is a column. One continuous rod of moving weight, filling every bend from the mains in the street to the tap on your wall. Think of it as a train, not one carriage, a whole line of them, coupled nose to tail, all moving together. Anything that heavy, moving that steadily, carries momentum. And momentum has one rule I get paid to respect. I drive a bus for a living. Braking gently from the top of the street. A bus full of passengers stops, and nobody looks up from their phone. Same bus, same speed, but brake hard and late, and everyone lurches. Shopping rolls down the aisle. The passengers did not get heavier. The stop just got shorter. Force is what happens when moving weight runs out of time. Hold that thought, and let's watch the clunk happen properly. Right, slow motion, frame 1. The valve snaps shut. Not easy shut, snaps, in a fraction of a second. Frame 2, the water touching the valve stops dead. But remember the train. The carriages behind are still coming, and water barely squeezes. A ton of moving column piles into a closed door. Frame 3. The pressure at the front leaps. A sharp, brief spike, well above the steady push your pipework carries the rest of the day. Frame 4. That spike does not stay put. It runs back up the pipe as a shockwave, away from the valve, through every joint and bend, hunting for somewhere to spend itself. Frame 5. Here is the part almost nobody knows. That bang is not the valve making a noise. It is your pipework flinching. Wherever a pipe hangs loose or sits slack in its clips, the wave shoves it sideways and it knocks against wood or brick. The clunk is the house, not the tap, which makes the sound useful. Clunk under the kitchen floor means the slack is under the kitchen floor. The noise is a map if you listen. Frame 6. The wave bounces to and fro along the run, weaker with every pass, until friction eats it. Silence. From snap to silence, the whole drama is effectively instant. But here is the question that matters for us. You have shut taps by hand all your life, mostly in silence. So why does a timer bang so much harder than your own hand ever did? Think about how you shut a tap by hand. Even in a hurry, the final turn of the wrist takes a second or two. It feels instant. It is not. In that second, the flow narrows and the column slows in stages. Your wrist is a cushion, and you never knew you were providing one. Now the solenoid valve inside a timer. We took one apart in episode 11. It has two states, open and shut, and it crosses between them in a blink. It is the same snap that lets a latching valve run all season on one set of batteries. Episode 11's trick, it also happens to make a perfect little hammer machine. No taper, no stages, full march to full stop, as fast as the plunger can move. And a timer does it on a schedule, every morning. Same valve, same snap, same pipes. The first morning mine ran, I honestly thought somebody had knocked the front door. Nobody had. It was the plumbing, answering the garden. Falls Road terraces have carried their pipework a long time, and older runs with older clips speak up loudest. One gardener on the lawn care forums put out a public service announcement about exactly this. Hose timers slam shut, the shock hammers your pipes, and old houses feel it worst. His advice, get a water hammer arrestor. We will get to those. First, the question you are already asking, is it actually doing damage? Honest answer. One clunk on sound pipework is not a catastrophe. Your plumbing is not about to burst because the timer shut once, but it is not free either. That spike has to be absorbed somewhere, and it always picks the weakest listeners. Joints, fittings, the threaded connection at your tap. Every bang works them, the way a wobbly screw works itself looser with every wobble. Ask that spike to arrive on schedule, every morning, all season, and the sums change. One bang is a knock. One bang a day from May to September is around 150, and they all land on the same joints. The engineering notes behind these valves say it plainly. Repeated hammer stresses joints and connections over time, and the damage is the creeping kind. A fitting that weeps where it never used to, a joint that needs a quarter turn more each spring. Most people's plan for the noise is to turn the radio up. The pipes cannot hear the radio, so no, do not panic. But do not file the clunk under character either. It is a report, filed daily, that somewhere in your system a lot of moving weight is being stopped rudely, and everything that softens it pulls on one of just two levers. Less weight on the march, or a gentler stop. 4 fixes coming up. Four fixes, 2 levers. Fix 1, cut the weight, water hammer scales with how much water is moving. A hose pipe fed sprinkler moves about 1,000 liters an hour. A single dripper moves about 2. Move the same garden onto a drip line and the marching column all but vanishes. There is almost nothing left to stop. This is why drip systems are quiet, and it is the cheapest cure on the list if you are heading that way anyway. Fix 2, cut the speed. A pressure reducer, the little barrel from episode 5, drops the main shove to about 1.5 bar for a drip line. Less pressure, slower march, softer arrival. You probably need one to keep your drippers on their barbs regardless. Hammer relief comes free with it. Fix 3, soften the stop. This one is the proper cure for a sprinkler zone you are keeping. A water hammer arrestor is a small sealed cylinder. You fit in the line near the valve, and inside it is a cushion of trapped air. When the column slams in, it shoves into that air spring instead of a dead end. The air squeezes, the spike is swallowed, the pipes stay still. That is the gadget the lawn care crowd swears by. Fix 4, stop the flinch. Walk the run and clip any pipe that moves. Avoid feeding a snap valve from a long, straight, rigid run if you can break it up. A pipe that cannot jump cannot knock. Every spring I do a walk-around check on the bus before it leaves the depot. Give your pipes the same. Run the timer once. Stand in the kitchen and listen. Time for the usual honesty about the kit on my tap. I run the Johgee 4-zone timer, and its valves snap shut like every other solenoid on the market. No timer cures water hammer, mine included, but it did teach me the whole lesson of this episode. 3 of my zones are drip and soaker. running through a pressure reducer. They shut in silence, morning after morning. The clunk you heard at the start was the lawn zone, the sprinkler. The only heavy column in my garden. Same box, 4 outlets, each on its own schedule. Brass threads, fitted in a couple of minutes without tools. The quiet zones and the noisy one prove the point. The noise is the water, not the box. If you are automating a big sprinkler, run off older pipework. Budget for the arrestor first. So what does that mean for your garden? It means the clunk was never a mystery, and it was never a ghost. It is momentum with nowhere to go. A ton of marching water, stopped in a blink by a valve, doing exactly its job. Then a spike hunting through your pipework until something loose gives it a voice. And it means the fix is a choice between 2 levers, not a mystery product. March less weight on drip and a reducer, or stop it more politely with an arrestor and a well-clipped run. Either way, the noise is a messenger. Do not shoot it. Read it. Your homework costs nothing. Once this week, stand in the kitchen while the timer shuts off and just listen. Silence. Carry on with your tea. A clunk, you now know exactly what is happening, where to look, and which lever to pull. That is more than most plumbers' customers ever know. Next time, we stay at the tap and ask a stranger question. What happens if the water in your garden hose flows backwards, up into the pipes you drink from? It happens more easily than you would think. It is genuinely grim, and there is a law about it that almost nobody has heard of. Backflow, next week. If a bus driver listening to his kitchen floor is your sort of thing, subscribe. Right, that's the route for today. See you on the next one.